Trading full-time kinda sucks. People think becoming a full-time trader is all sunshine and rainbows and Lamborghinis, even though you know how much I love my Lambos. But oh my god, the reality is just so far from that. Believe it or not, sometimes I hate being a full-time day trader. I've been day trading for more than 7 years now. When I first started in this business, there were only 5 Fast and Furious movies and Bitcoin was at $300. Before I started trading full-time, I had a real job. And while yes, I'll never go back to my job because I hated it, today I do want to explain to you the 4 reasons why you might hate day trading full-time. I didn't make this video to discourage anyone from trying to go from part-time to full-time trading. This video is made to give you some realistic perspective on this career path, so you can make the right decisions for yourself. And that's what this channel is all about. No Lambos here, only the reality. And if that sounds good to you, then please remember to drop a like at the bottom of the video. And let's dive into the 4 reasons why you might hate day trading full-time. First, I think you need to know how I was able to go from part-time to full-time trading. Before trading full-time, I had a real job. After college, I worked my ass off in the film and VFX industry. However, I really quickly realized that even though making movies that you see on the big screen seems like fun and fulfilling, the reality was really not as glorious as it may seem. That's when I started looking for other side hustles to supplement my income and to pay for my really expensive Los Angeles rent. A bunch of internet searches and many Lamborghini ads later, that's how I found day trading. I was trading part-time while working my full-time 9 to 7 job for many years. At first, I lost a lot of money, just like 90% of all beginner traders. However, I kept on refunding my trading account with my employment income. I really hustled hard trying to make trading work. I'd wake up early at 5 to 5:30 a.m. my local time to prepare, trade the market open from 6:30 to about 8:30, and now hurry up to my regular 9 to 7 job. And when I come home in the evenings, I'll review my trades, analyze my charts, and prepare for the next morning from 8 to 10:30 p.m. at night. So I repeated this grind for about 2 years, all for the hope that one day I could quit my job and become a full-time day trader. I thought all of my life's problems would be solved if I could become a full-time day trader. Be it money problems, boyfriend problems, office politics, and family drama, I thought all of that would be resolved magically if I could just become a day trader full-time. This was supposed to be a pinnacle moment of my life that I'll one day tell my grandchildren about. Well, here I am 8 years later telling you guys the truth. Trading full-time kinda sucks. The first thing I hate about day trading full-time is the lack of income stability. I could be making $18,000 one day to losing $2,000 on the next week to making $500 to losing $6,000, all within the span of a week or a month. Yes, I understand. The appearance of all of these green and red days look bad, but hey, that's just the reality of trading. As long as you have good risk management and your red days are a lot smaller than your green days, you're still profitable in the long run. This is still so much better than having 20 days of green streak and having only 2 red days to wipe out everything you earned. Let me know if you disagree. But in the short term, make no mistake, the lack of income stability is hard and stressful on the full-time trader. In comparison, if you were working a typical 9 to 5 job, you wouldn't have this problem. For most typical corporate jobs, maybe accountants, engineers, project managers, you are guaranteed a paycheck twice a month regardless of how hard you worked. During 2022, I had a red month, down about $12,000 from trading. I worked extremely hard that month. I woke up early, did my trade planning every single morning, but it was just a tough month in the middle of the year last year. So yeah, I had a red month, I lost a lot of money. But guess what? Mike Bagholder, my ex-husband, who also worked from home in front of the computer, started working at 10 a.m. and ended the day at 4 p.m. Took lots of paid breaks to go have lunch, go to the gym, and enjoyed happy hour Fridays. He got paid $15,000 that same month. And the sad thing is, he could have taken 5 extra sick days and stayed at home to watch Netflix. His paycheck on the month would have been exactly the same. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reality of trading full-time. You're never guaranteed to make money from the market. You can only profit from the opportunities that the market gives you. But guess what? When the market is hot, you best believe I can make my ex-husband's monthly salary in one day. So this is definitely something for you to think about. If you're someone who wants a really predictable financial projection each and every single month or every single day, trading full-time might not be for you. However, another thing you should also consider is the earning potential of your current career. Is there a good chance to make 2x or 3x that amount in the next 10 years? Or is there a ceiling on your earning potential? When you're trading full-time, your earning potential is no longer capped by the number of hours you work or whether you show up to the office. It's by whether you have the skills to capitalize on the various market conditions. Each day, whether you make $5,000 on a day or walk away red $2,000, that fate is determined by a few mouse clicks or keystrokes that you perform. And the profit or loss is truly your own responsibility and no one else's. There's no colleagues, no supervisors, or even bosses to blame. In my case, my previous 9-to-7 job in the film and VFX industry was never stable. There were months of gap that I couldn't get a job and made $0. So going from that to where I am now as a full-time trader, even though yes, sometimes it could be tough, I honestly have no regrets. Of course, that's until 1 month when I see my ex-husband, Mike Bagholder, making more than me.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
The second reason you might hate about full-time trading is that you need to be constantly adapting to various market environments. I'm sure you've all heard this phrase before, change is the only constant. And that is very true, especially when it comes to trading in the stock market. In early 2020, when fears of the disease and global economy shutting down, short selling and hammering all the stocks down seemed to be the only way to make money. However, in a few short months, when the Federal Reserve slashed interest rates to historical lows and turned on the money printing machine, a lot of short sellers and perma-bears got killed. There were many full-time traders I see online losing 6-7 figures with long-dated put options contracts. The trading strategy that worked well for the rest of 2020 and even during 2021 was to buy now, buy high, and ask questions later. As we've seen with everything from SPACs to cryptos and meme stocks flying to the moon. Then comes 2022, where the entire pattern from early 2020 seems to be repeating itself once again. My point is, the stock market is cyclical and forever changing with the economic climate. Like we mentioned earlier in the video, as traders, we must adapt to the market sentiment on a monthly or even daily basis. And that's just the name of the game and the reality of this industry. There's no one strategy that will work exactly in the same framework in all market conditions. They need to constantly be tweaked in terms of execution, timing entries, and risk allocation. For example, during the summer months, the small cap stocks are known to be extremely slow. And even if you do see small cap stocks gapping up on your pre-market scanner, they tend to spike and sell off. So generally speaking, those will be the months that would execute more short-selling strategies on the small-cap stocks. The sentiment could really quickly change in 3 months later, in fall and winter, where a lot of small-cap stocks, especially the low floats, they'll be running. Then I will ease back on the short-selling executions and look for more opportunities to go long instead. And you'll see similar patterns on the large cap stocks as well. During earnings season every couple of months, that's when you'll see a lot of gap ups and gap down opportunities. However, during the holidays like Christmas or Thanksgiving, things are usually extremely slow. So that's the time to reassess when trading your favorite breakout strategies. But during months or years of extreme volatility and high volume, that's when the market is truly favoring short-term traders who can make money going long or short. Moving on to the third reason why day trading full-time may not be for you. There is no such thing called employment benefits. Yes, that's right. When you day trade full-time, you're technically considered self-employed. Well, yes, that means you get to work from home for yourself, and each day your commute to work office is probably only 20 steps away. And you get to work in your pajamas, bed hair, and there's no need to change. And yes, if you are wondering, I definitely trade in my PJs nowadays. This saves me so much time and effort when compared to my previous full-time 9 to 7 job. But trading full-time means you probably have to kiss goodbye your health insurance, retirement benefits, paid vacation days, and many other benefits that were previously paid for by your evil employers. Yes, as a Canadian residing in Canada, I do understand that I'm in a situation that's a lot better than our neighbors down south. I'm grateful. However, self-employment still means I will need to purchase additional health insurance, just like almost anyone else in the same situation, in Canada or in the US. In corporate companies, you would receive a lot of benefits, such as credits to purchase health and wellness equipment, dental coverage, transportation credits, paid sick days, stat holidays, bereavement. There's none of that in trading. Everything would be out of your own pocket. And that could easily add up to anywhere from $3,000 to 5 figures a year, depending on your personal situation, whether you have a family or not and your location. I personally pay for about $4,000 extra per year for the coverage I personally need. I also know traders in the US who stay in their 9 to 5 career full-time and only trade part-time in the morning simply because they needed the health benefit for their entire family that's offered by the corporate companies. So definitely keep that in mind. Full-time trading isn't always the best option for everyone. And that's not even mention vacation days. I think many people online have this misconception that going into trading full-time means you can be traveling all the time and you are on constant year-long vacation. I used to think like that too. In my previous 9 to 7 job, I only get 14 vacation days per year. So when I became a full-time trader, I thought I would love to be a digital nomad and constantly be on the road. All I needed was a laptop or a cell phone to make it rain Lamborghinis, right? Sadly, the reality is far from that. I realized that having screen real estate is a real edge in trading, no doubt about it. With bigger and more screens, you see more correlations between the stocks in the same industry, especially when we have sector hypes, like Wall Street bets or the recent banking crisis. There's no way I could maximize on my trading profits when I'm trading on a tiny laptop screen. As you can see behind me over there, I now have two 37-inch widescreen curved monitors stacked on top of each other, and I still don't think I have enough screens. Trading time zone is also another issue. I was traveling in Asia for about 2 months at the end of 2022. I was in Japan, Thailand, and Taiwan. The market opens at 10:30 p.m. local time and closes at 5 a.m. Trading in Asia was extremely difficult on my daily routine. After so many years of trading on the West Coast in North America, I've become hands down a morning person. But I really had to try to adapt in Asia when I was traveling. I would stay up late and wake up late. And most of the time, I would feel really tired and groggy throughout the rest of the day. I felt like my health really suffered, and so did my trading performance. Well, yes, it's still very amazing to have location freedom when you're trading full-time. I just think you should take time zones into consideration. I think Europe would be a great place to trade full-time, as the market opens in the afternoon, 4 to 5 p.m. depending on your location. That's definitely next on my travel list. On the other hand, Hawaii though. Even though it's an amazing travel destination, it may not be the best place to trade full-time. The stock market opens at 3:30 a.m. local time, and that's just brutal, even when you compare it to West Coast or Asia time zones. I tried it many years ago and I just couldn't do it. If you love to travel and trade, or you are planning to do so soon, please comment the countries you are visiting down below. I'm always interested in adding more to my travel list. Moving on to the fourth thing you might hate about full-time day trading is that trading full-time is an extremely lonely business. One of the many reasons trading full-time could be really lonely is that most of the time, full-time traders really spend only a couple of hours a day actively trading in front of the computer. As a trader, you're most likely going to be done by 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and sometimes even sooner. So that means if you live on the West Coast like I do, you're done by 10 a.m. or 1 p.m. local time. What else are you going to do for the rest of your day? In the beginning of trading full-time, you may think having too much time is a good problem, but in the long run, that might not be the case. Remember, work from home and flexible work hours was not a thing before 2020. I remember there were a couple of years after I quit my job that I found myself being extremely bored after I'm done trading. I didn't know what to do with my time. Everyone I knew was just starting their regular work in the morning at 10 a.m. And sometimes because I was so bored, I would go back to the market to try to make even more trades. And as you probably know, boredom trading or overtrading are usually shortcuts leading to disasters. So if you're starting to trade full-time soon, you should really consider and have plans for how to make the best out of the rest of your day after you're done trading. A lot of people in the YouTube comments love to say,
"Oh my god, if you're making so much money from trading, then why are you spending so much time on YouTube or working on your trading community?"
Well, these people clearly have never finished making money on the day by 10 a.m. and have the rest of the day to explore other passions or businesses. Elon Musk was set for life after selling PayPal and made $175 million. Why did he want to start Tesla? That's the reason why so many millionaire traders I interviewed at Traders for a Cause in Las Vegas have built multiple businesses and multiple incomes. Remember, the average millionaire has 7 income streams. And this goes back to what we said earlier. As full-time traders, you never have guaranteed income. So once you have the extra time to explore other projects and diversify your earnings, what else is holding you back? You guys may remember my biggest losing day ever on Magenta stock last year. Well, it sure felt at least somewhat reassuring that even though I lost multiple 5 figures on the day, I was still making $200 from YouTube AdSense. All jokes aside, on a more serious note now, if you don't find other meaningful projects or passions with your extra time after trading, this could really affect your mental health in the long run. I briefly mentioned this in my speech at Traders for a Cause conference in Las Vegas. After I quit my job to become a full-time day trader, I suffered from extreme loneliness and my mental health really declined. And this was before 2020, where work from home and trading became popular. I was home all the time, from before sunrises to sunset. I felt like my family and friends didn't understand my struggles and all the highs and lows from trading full-time. Despite all the extra time I had after the markets closed, I talked to nobody and buried all the stress and anger deep down inside. And I think this is the dark side of full-time trading not a lot of people are talking about. At work, in a typical 9 to 5, you have your colleagues and interactions from all your coworkers, both in real life or over Zoom meetings. Before 2020, there's always a stigma associated with trading. If I mentioned I was a full-time trader, some of my friends or family members will immediately say,
"Oh, so you gamble for a living?"
Or,
"You should get a real job before losing all of your money."
And funny enough though, they will always say the same thing, regardless of whether I made $2,000 on the day or lost $1,000. This kind of negativity is just demoralizing. And that's the reason, as a full-time trader, it's so important for you to find online communities and in-person meetups so you can connect with other traders who understand you and who have to battle the same stocks day in and day out just like you. If you make profits on the day, make sure you have someone there to celebrate your process with you. And if you lost money, make sure they are there to support you and not to put gasoline on the fire. This is the reason I started this YouTube channel and then later on my very own trading community. I want to build a positive environment for traders all over the world so we can all learn, prosper, and connect in authentic ways. Whether you're trading part-time, full-time, or working in a regular 9-to-5 job, life is just too short for you to have to hear constant negativity in your life, especially if you have aspirations of becoming a full-time trader. While there are many pros and cons of trading full-time, such as location freedom and time freedom, it's not always as glamorous as most Lamborghini ads make it seem. After hearing all of the 4 things I personally hate about it, do you agree or disagree with me? And most importantly, do you still want to quit your job to become a full-time trader? Make sure to let me know down below in the comment section and I would love to discuss with you. If you're interested in hearing my personal story of how I made the transition, quitting my job to go full-time day trading, then you should check out this video over there. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.